Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Kurt Berglund's Baseball World. You know, there's two questions that I'm constantly asked. The first one is, Kurt, what is your favorite magazine? And the second one is, Kurt, is there an inexpensive game out there? I'd like to get into the hobby, but I don't want to spend an arm and a leg. Well, I've got your answer to question number two. Status Pro Baseball is what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to do some demos in the week to come. You've got a variety of ways to go about trying Status Pro Baseball, and I'm going to talk about those. The link that I'm going to provide you in the description for this video is a link to a free site that gives you everything you need to play Status Pro Baseball for free. You download the rules, the charts that you need, and there's a ton of teams and seasons available as well on the website. All you pay is for really three things: your paper, your ink, and if you don't want to use the fast action cards, some people like fast action cards, some people don't. But if you don't want to use the fast action cards, you're going to need some D8 dice, which you can get at a local game store or you can buy online. I'm going to walk you through how to play the game in the days to come. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do that so that you get the reminders. It's a great game. There are a variety of Status Pro variations, updates, you might want to say, available online, on Facebook, on eBay. But if you just want to try out the game and see how it does, and maybe you don't even need to buy anything else if the seasons that you want are available for you at the website, the Tabletop Baseball website. I'm going to show you what I printed and then talk a little bit about the rules and then why I think it's a very entertaining game. I owned this game back in 1979 and 80 and gave up on it, but I shouldn't have. It's a lot of fun and I'm having a good time with it. I'm going to be putting games with it on my channel as well. So you got two choices. Let's talk about the options for Status Pro. You can go with the fast action cards, which are available on the website. That I'm going to give you in the description for this video. Or you can use a chart that looks like this one that eliminates the need for the fast action cards. Some people like them, some people don't. I'm somewhere in the middle on fast action cards. I like them sometimes, but other times they get annoying. And I do like rolling the bones. So, this is one chart that you can find. It is the Status Pro Baseball dice chart. Really, everything that you need is on this page. But there's other pages I have printed as well to kind of refresh my memory about how to play the game. There are three other pages of charts that are helpful. There is a strategy chart that you will find. There is a page of sort of miscellaneous charts. A pitcher can upgrade based on throwing a shutout. There's also some special batter outcomes. And then there are your stolen base and runner advancement charts. That's it. Now, I have printed from the Status Pro, from this website with the Status Pro materials, I made printed copies of the instructions. I like to have hard copies of stuff and don't want to read it off of my phone or off of my laptop. So I printed this, but you wouldn't need to if you didn't want to. There are special outcomes called Z-chart results and CD tables. You could leave those on your phone or laptop as well, or you could print them. I printed them. And then the other things, the last pieces I printed were charts for each base situation. So for example, this is the bases loaded chart, and this just tells me what happens with each outcome that I get from my dice chart. If I forget what the dice chart is really telling me, I can look at the base outcome sheet and look at, depending upon whether the infield is positioned in or back, I can see what happens to the base runners. There is a sheet like this for each particular base situation. And that's all I printed. Everything else that I have printed has been from seasons or teams that I wanted to try out. Now again, there are updates for Status Pro. There are different versions of Status Pro. But the question that I get, and I mentioned this at the top, is I'm looking for something that's, I'm on a budget, I'm looking for something that isn't too expensive. Well, this is free, except for the price of your paper, and if you're going to use dice, your D8s. You also need some D6s to play the dice version. Some people play a hybrid. If you're familiar with my friend Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV, you'll see him demo Status Pro with a combination of fast action cards and dice. You might like that solution the best yourself as well. I'm doing dice only, but there are a ton of options for fast action cards on the tabletop website. And so what that does is it allows you to print as many as you want and then blend however you want to do it. There are also optional rules that are on the website. You can try out people's home brew rules for free. You can also try out rare plays that people have developed for free and built into the fabric of Status Pro Baseball. All right, let's take a quick look at how the game works and what the cards look like. You're going to be seeing more of these on my channel in the days and weeks to come, but I want to show you why I like the game very quickly, why I like the game and what I think it has to offer us. When I look at a game, baseball cards and dice sim, I'm looking at two criteria. Number one, am I being entertained? Because if it's boring, I don't want any part of it. Number two, for me, is am I learning something about either the teams or the players or the managers that are on my tabletop? And with Status Pro Baseball, my feeling is the answer to both of those questions is yes. I am being entertained and I am learning something about the teams and the players and the managers that were involved. So let's take a look at the cards and I'll show you how the game works very quickly. Okay, in a very quick sort of oversimplification of what it is that the rules involve for the game, I'm going to show you kind of the basics of what you need to know. So, the number one item on these cards, this is from the 1983 American League set. The cards are extremely small in this game, but the font is reasonable, so don't let the size of the card throw you. But this is a 20-sided die, so you can compare it to the size of the card. This is my pen. So you get the idea. The footprint is small on this game for sure. The number one rating that you need here is the PB rating. All right, and so the PB rating you measure against the roll of 2d6s. You also can use the fast action cards and get a random number that you apply to this. The PB number 2 through 6, if I roll a 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, then I'm going to take my D8s and roll those against the picture card. If it's 7, if the PB number instead is 7 through 12, not 2 through 6, but 7 through 12, in the case of Mike Caldwell in 1983, then I'm going to look at Brian Downing's card. And so Brian Downing's card would be the one that I would look at for the roll of my 2d8s. So very quickly and in a very oversimplified fashion, this is how Status Pro works. So I rolled a 10. So with my 10, I'm going to compare that to my PB number, and I see that it does not fall within Mike Caldwell's range of 2 through 6. So now I'm going to roll my 2d8s. Now again, you can do this with fast action cards and get random numbers not only for your PB number, but also for your outcome, your better result number. And I rolled a 73. Now the 73 for Downing falls on his out range. Now you're going to say, well, how do you know what the out is? Well, on your fast action cards, it'll tell you where the out was made. If instead you're using the chart that I talked about before, your Status Pro baseball dice game chart, you're going to look at the out chart that fits the characteristics of that batter. You're going to roll a new random number, as it says here on the chart. So you're going to roll the D8s one more time. And let's look and see what. Now, first we have to look at Downing, the kind of batter he is. RP. So he's a right-handed pull hitter. Or I think of it as power. Right-handed power hitter. So we look at the RP number. There's nobody on base. If there were, we'd be looking at a different column. And we roll our 2 D8s. We get a roll of a 27 for the RP, which is a G5, so Brian Downing's out is a ground out to third. Now again, this could be handled by the fast action cards if you would want to play that way. But I think I'm going to do the dice because Tony Porter on Cards and Dice TV is showing you the way to go with the fast action cards, and so I'm going to show you the dice option that you have and get some demos of that up on my channel. That is the resolution of a batter-pitcher confrontation in Status Pro Baseball. It's that easy. The game plays very smoothly, whether you use the fast action cards or the dice. So, check out the website in the description for my video, and you'll see lots of stuff that you can download, print if you wish, pick up your D8s if you want to roll dice, or print your fast action cards if you don't, and get rolling some very, very inexpensive Status Pro Baseball. Thank you, my friends. Have a wonderful day. Stay tuned to my channel for lots more. Subscribe if you haven't. Share the video if you haven't. And have a wonderful day. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at KurtBerglund14. Join us on Facebook at the Universal Baseball Association Lounge. And while we're at it, don't forget to watch Cards and Dice TV for lots more Status Pro as well. Thank you. Have a great day. So long, everybody.